It's a mystery that has shaken an entire community. Two young children, brother and sister, vanish without a trace from their quiet rural home in Nova Scotia. 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan, full of energy and innocence, and her 4-year-old brother Jack, a playful child who adored following his sister everywhere. On the morning of May 2nd, 2025, they were there. By mid-morning, they were gone. No screams were heard, no broken windows, no forced entry, just silence, and the chilling realization that two children had disappeared into thin air. For months, investigators have scoured the woods, checked cameras, searched rivers, questioned parents, neighbors, and strangers. And yet, there is still no answer. This is the story of Jack and Lilly Sullivan. Firstly, who were Jack and Lilly? To understand this tragedy, we first need to know the children at the center of it. Lilly was just 6 years old, a bubbly, curious girl with big dreams. Friends and relatives describe her as protective of her little brother, always holding his hand, always keeping him close. She loved playing outside, climbing trees, and had a soft pink blanket she carried everywhere. Jack, only 4, was at that age of endless curiosity, full of questions, always trailing after Lilly. He was shy with strangers but playful at home. The two were inseparable. They lived in Lansdowne Station, Pictou County, Nova Scotia, a quiet rural area surrounded by forest, fields, and gravel roads. Their home on Gairloch Road wasn't fancy, but it was a family home. Inside lived their biological mother, Malahia Brooks Murray, their stepfather, Daniel Martell, and their baby half-sister. Their biological father, Cody Sullivan, lived nearby but not in the same home. On the surface, it seemed like an ordinary family life, but what would unfold on that early May morning would haunt them forever. Secondly, the day before Thursday, May 1st, 2025. It was a normal spring day. The family had been seen out together in New Glasgow, about a 30-minute drive from their home. They went into a Dollarama store, where security cameras captured Jack and Lilly alongside their mother and stepfather. This was the last confirmed sighting of the children alive. To a casual observer, nothing seemed strange. They looked like a regular family out shopping, but hindsight would turn this otherwise ordinary trip into a haunting timestamp, the last time the public would ever see Lilly and Jack. That evening, they returned home. The children played, had dinner, and went to bed. There was nothing unusual reported, but by the next morning, everything would change. Thirdly, the morning of May 2nd. The timeline of this morning is critical. According to reports, between 8 a.m. and 9:40 a.m., the parents stopped hearing the children. Some accounts suggest that around breakfast time, things seemed normal, but sometime in that window, silence. When the parents finally checked, Jack and Lilly were gone. Imagine that moment. Walking into their room, empty beds, no sound of toys, no laughter, no tiny footsteps running through the house. Just absence. The immediate question, did they wander outside? Or did something or someone take them away? By late morning, panic set in. The RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, were called. What started as a frantic household search quickly turned into one of the largest missing child investigations in Nova Scotia's recent history. The search begins. Within hours, police officers, neighbours and volunteers flooded the area. Search dogs were brought in. Drones flew overhead. ATVs combed the trails. Boats checked rivers and ponds. The community rallied. Farmers left their fields to join the search. Parents who didn't even know the family came, desperate to help. For days, the woods echoed with people calling the children's names. Lilly, Jack, but no voices called back. And then, something strange began to appear. The first pieces of evidence. Investigators began finding things that didn't quite fit. A piece of Lilly's pink blanket was found in a tree near the home. Another piece of that same blanket was discovered later, in a trash bag near the end of their driveway. Why would the blanket be torn? Why would part of it end up in a garbage bag? Even more disturbing, police noticed 2 different sizes of boot prints in the nearby woods. Who did they belong to? Toothbrushes were collected for DNA reference. Surveillance footage from highways and nearby roads was reviewed. Every possible clue was being gathered. But despite all this, no clear trail of the children themselves was found. The parents under scrutiny. As with most missing child cases, attention quickly turned toward the family. The mother, Malika, the stepfather, Daniel, and the biological father, Cody, were all interviewed extensively. Polygraph tests were conducted. According to court filings, the parents passed their tests, with results suggesting they were telling the truth about what they knew. But rumors spread quickly. Was there tension in the home? Was someone hiding something? Could the parents truly be ruled out? To this day, police have never charged them with wrongdoing, but public opinion has been divided, with some convinced the parents know more than they admit, and others believing them to be innocent victims of an unthinkable crime. Did they wander off? One theory investigators considered is simple. Maybe Jack and Lilly wandered into the woods and got lost. The surrounding area is rugged, with deep forests and ponds. Children could easily vanish into the brush. But critics of this theory point out, search teams scoured every inch of land for weeks, using infrared drones, dogs, and hundreds of volunteers. If the kids had simply wandered, wouldn't clothing, footprints, even bodies have been found? The lack of evidence makes this theory hard to accept. Was it abduction? Another chilling possibility: someone took them. If true, this would mean an abductor came in daylight, removed 2 children, and left no trace, all in a short window of time. The torn blanket could suggest a struggle. The boot prints might point to an intruder. But here lies the problem. No neighbours reported strange vehicles, no surveillance has confirmed an abduction, and police have not identified a suspect. Without a suspect, the theory remains speculation. The public and media storm. As days turned to weeks, the disappearance dominated Canadian headlines. News outlets broadcast nightly updates. Social media was flooded with theories. Armchair detectives dissected every photo and every police statement. Some focused on the parents' behaviour. Others speculated about strangers passing through the rural road. The case gripped not just Nova Scotia, but the entire country. People demanded answers, but none came. The investigation slows down. After several weeks of non-stop searching, the RCMP had to scale back. By late May, the massive volunteer search efforts were winding down. Police insisted they were still investigating, but without fresh leads, the case was stalling. Then, in August, the government announced something major, a reward of up to 150,000 Canadian dollars for any information that could lead to finding the children. It was a sign of how desperate authorities were for a breakthrough, yet still silence, living with no answers. For the parents, the agony is unimaginable. For the biological father, Cody, the pain of not knowing if his children are alive or dead is crushing. For the mother and stepfather, every glance at their baby daughter is a reminder that 2 children are missing, and for the community, the mystery lingers like a shadow. Doors are locked earlier, children are watched more closely, trust is shaken. Jack and Lilly have become symbols of innocence lost, of unanswered questions, and of the terrifying possibility that sometimes, even in a small, quiet town, evil can strike and leave no trace. As of today, Jack and Lilly Sullivan remain missing. No bodies, no suspects, no closure. Every parent watching this can feel the chill, the horror of imagining your children vanishing without explanation. But their story isn't just about fear, it's about hope. The hope that somewhere, somehow, someone knows something. That a clue will emerge, that one day the truth will be revealed. Because mysteries like this don't fade away, they echo. And until Jack and Lilly are found, the echoes will continue. If you know anything about the disappearance of Jack and Lilly Sullivan, please contact Nova Scotia RCMP immediately. You could be the key to bringing them home. And to you watching, what do you think happened that morning? Did they wander into the woods? Was it abduction? Or is there another answer we haven't considered? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to follow more true crime mysteries like this one, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next case. Because these stories matter. Jack and Lilly matter.